So after being laid off from the job, I went through this cycle of like trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Like when I tell you I was in sheer fight or flight mode, like every single day I was getting up and applying to jobs like crazy, Like this was during the 2008 housing crisis. And so a lot of companies were laying off their staff, but also like it did a number on my ego, because my ego was just like, I'm used to being able to get a job. Like I can never not get a job. Like literally, even when I was with my company and I'd be doing trade shows and conferences, I would go places and as I'm doing my presentations, like afterwards, other companies would come up to me and try to poach me and say, hey, we like you. We like what you offer. Can you come work for our company? But my ego took a huge hit. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. During this soul awakening, yes, I tell you soul awakening, but my ego took a huge hit, because now it was just like all the things I was able to do, all of a sudden there was a big halt and I wasn't able to do any of them anymore. No jobs were calling me back. Like I applied to a job like it was my job, like legit. I would get up every day at 7 a.m., make breakfast, take a shower, do all that good stuff, and sit at my computer at my house and sit for 8 hours and apply to jobs like it was my full-time fucking job. And every day I got more depressed. Like I was probably sending out 500 applications a week, and nothing was happening. Nothing. And after a while I began to think, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to do more. Maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe or whatever. All these things start running through my mind, because now I'm thinking, why is it that I can't get a job now? I've always been able to get a job. So needless to say, even though at the time I asked God to open up a route for me, this was hard AF. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. One thing is, when you step into your soul calling, the first step is you're not going to know what the fuck to do. Your only thing was to just step out into it. You're not going to know what to do because it doesn't come with a roadmap. Every day you get better and better at reading the signs, but it does not come with a roadmap. So if you're thinking that I'm going to step into this calling, we're going to see what's going to happen, and I'm going to become this amazing, dope person that's highly sought after. No. Simple answer. No. That's not how it's going to go. How it is going to go is that you're going to learn yourself. You're going to learn yourself, because as I was applying to those jobs every single day, my mind was literally trying to play tricks on me. My mind was literally saying, you're not good enough. All the things that I had heard my parents tell me growing up, all the things that I heard people tell me growing up were playing over and over in my mind. You're not good enough. You need to get higher grades. You need to do more. And all of that is not true. I remember sitting in my apartment thinking, how am I going to pay for this home that I got? Like, how am I going to pay for it? Because now, outside of getting the severance, the job wasn't even trying to pay me unemployment. So I had to take them to court for that. And it was a downward cycle. I had never experienced what it was like to not have food. Never. Yes, my family didn't have much, but we always had food. So I had never experienced that. So being on my own, my ego is telling me, don't tell nobody that you're experiencing this, because you're the first one to graduate in your family. You're the first one who's doing X, Y, and Z, is going to discourage them. My parents didn't even know. For 6 months I was laid off. My parents didn't know. I was too embarrassed to tell them, because everything in me was telling me I shouldn't tell them, because I was the first one to do all these amazing things. And so I kept that to myself, and that was like the biggest secret. And I can't tell you why I didn't want to tell my parents, but in hindsight now, I could tell you it was probably pride. My pride wouldn't let me tell them. My pride was like, girl, no, you came all this way. And I was carrying that black tax, that they call it, the guilt of doing well. So you always gotta take care of those who come in behind you. I was carrying that on me. Like, how can I tell my parents I'm laid off? How can I tell them I'm doing this? When they came to this country with nothing, and like they fought their way to make a living for us. And I felt so bad. But let me tell you, that's not your burden to carry. It's not. And so I'm going to tell you this. If you're experiencing anything like that, number one, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Number two, if Spirit led you to a place, Spirit's going to provide for you. And number three, listen to your intuition. Listen to that voice and what it's telling you to do. Because I got so good at ignoring that voice and trying to take care of my needs that I had formed a pattern of taking whatever I could take just to make sure my needs were met, and not listening to my intuition and winding up in situations that I just never wish I was in.